The only reason you found this video is because you want to start that business, you want to get high grades on your tests, you want to just have a higher quality life by becoming way more productive, but you can't. Days go by where you think about that reality where you work on that business for 4 hours a day and you get to enjoy the rest of your day. The reason why I'm saying this is because I've went through this exact process. I went from getting terrible grades because I was so unproductive. I'll scroll all day, I'll play video games all day. I had no life whatsoever. I got into a business 2 years ago and I slowly made progress. I slowly made money online, and I've also helped countless other people make money online by becoming way more productive. I've helped countless students go from getting the bottom grades to getting the top grades in a matter of a few months just by becoming more productive. So this video is going to be split into 4 sections. The first part is going to be armoring up, the second part is going to be slaying the dragon, the third part is going to be your campfire rest, and the fourth part, the final part, is unlocking the chest. So for this first part of the video, this is all about preparing for the battle ahead. You see, you are a knight right now. You've been assigned this mission to slay the dragon, so you can get the rewards everyone's been talking about in these chests that are guarded by this dragon. So the first thing you need to do if you want to change your productivity, reach your goals which will represent the chest at the end of the mission, you need to reaffirm yourself of your goals. The biggest mistake I made in, my business journey in improving my grades is I didn't have a clear goal. I would say to myself, oh yeah, let's just make money online, let's make a couple of £100 per month and that should be good. Any goal will be good, I just want to pass, right? These goals are terrible because the only way you get your brain to actually take good action and consistently is when you actually have a clear goal. You can visualize it inside your mind. Instead of saying, oh, I just want to make some money online, I said to myself, I want to make £2,000 online. And slowly but surely, I'm slowly getting to that level, right? And for the grades, I aim for the top grade, which is, like the A star, the A, the B. And this is why so many people are so depressed nowadays. So many people are so upset with their lives. They don't have any goals. So the first question I want to ask you in this armor up phase is, what is your goal? Is it to do with wealth? Is it to do with health? Is it to do with relationships? What is your goal? It's okay if you want to pause this part of the video because I really need you to spend some time on this. I don't want you to chase a goal that you do not want, or maybe you've been pressurized into chasing that goal. And this is why I need you to be truthful to yourself. What do you want to achieve? What is your biggest goal in your life? If there was this magic pill that will get you something in your life right now, like in an instant for free, but you could only choose one thing, what would it be? Would it be the money, the business? Would it be the grades? Would it be the relationships? What is it? And I will just say, the more tangible you make this goal, the better it is. The better, every single part of the process is, reaching that goal, because you're constantly glued onto that end goal. Like, I'll tell you a story. When I was doing my first business model, which was copywriting, right, I saw okay but not really good progress after a while. I was doing it for 6 months, working every single day trying to get clients, but I couldn't. And the reason why this happened, and if I changed this, I would make so much more progress, but it's because I didn't have a goal. I had the goal of, let's just sign a few clients. I didn't have a specific money goal, so I didn't achieve it. The thing you need to realize is your brain is very good at manifesting things, because actions lead to manifestation, and the way you do the right actions is actually by having a clear goal to begin with. And there's something else you need to avoid. You need to avoid setting expectations for these goals, because this is exactly what the universe, God, does to you. He tests if you're actually worthy of the goal. He gives you opportunities. Like, for example, when I was doing copywriting, I had so many opportunities to close a client, actually book a sales call with them, but I couldn't because I wasn't at the right skill level. And you will keep on getting tested, you will keep on getting rocks thrown at you as you progress towards this goal. And when you have wrong expectations about things and you don't actually achieve the goal by that set time you wanted to, you start to feel depressed, you start to feel upset, so you give up. And this is the wrong way to go about it, because you cannot control how fast things come to you. If you're into business, you've always heard of those people that start in like a month and they're instantly on like 10k per month, right? But you've also heard of the people that work for like 2 years and they don't even make any money. But these people are doing the exact same things, but the only difference is everyone's on different timelines. So I do not want you to set a time or have a wrong expectation about this goal. Simply have a really specific goal and just say, I'm going to work until I achieve this goal no matter what. I'm not going to give up and I will eventually get this goal. Instead of setting the goal to just hit 10k per month like in 30 days, right? What you need to do is instead set the goal to make your first dollar online. And the reason why this is so good is because your brain sees the possibility of you winning, because you can. There's 7 billion people on the planet, even like 5-year-olds could make their first dollar online. And because this goal is so achievable to you, you won't feel like giving up. You won't feel like this huge gap between you and the desired self that you want to become. Instead, you keep on going, you keep on staying consistent, you keep on showing up every single day, and eventually you get there. Making the goal like this will give you the clarity and the meanings, and it will show you the actions to actually reach this goal. So that is the first part of this first phase, the armoring up phase. You're starting to get clear on what you want to achieve and how you can get there. But there's a little exercise I want you to do right now. If you do not know how the hell to actually get towards your goal, I want you to reverse engineer the process. Write the goal down and write down 3 daily tasks that you can do to get to this goal. What do you think is going to get you the furthest, right? Like, for example, I did this when I was doing copywriting. You know, I had the goal of making my first dollar online. I was like, how can I get there? Okay, well, I can practice writing emails. I can write emails for these fitness coaches and send them. I can do 100 outreaches every single day to maximize my chances, because it only really takes like 10,000 outreaches to land your first clients. And the last thing I can do is learn about copywriting. I can learn about sales and getting people to take action about things, you know, persuading people to give you the time, actually attracting attention. And when I did this, became so clear. I wasn't overwhelmed by the goal. I wasn't worrying about the goal, because I know I could hit it if I simply do these 3 actions every single day. This is the first part of the video. You have now finished the preparation phase, and if you haven't done any of the actionable steps, I want you to just pause the video right now. Write down your goal, make it tangible. Don't set an expectation for the goal. If there's one thing I could have right now with, like, I don't know, a magic wand that I could just magically put in my life, what would it be? And that is going to be your goal for the next 6 months. And then reverse engineer the process. What are 3 daily tasks that will get you towards this goal? And the great news is you've already done half the work. You know the clarity, you know the actions you need to do, and now all you have to do is face this resistance and slay the dragon. Because we now know our goal, we now know the clarity, we now know what we want to achieve. And it's time to set foot to actually slay this dragon. This dragon represents the goal, the process of you getting towards your goal, the problems you're going to face. And this is by far the hardest part about this entire process, because now there's no more planning, there's no more procrastinating. You have to take action. You have to record that video, otherwise you're just going to see someone else win. You're going to have to study for that exam, or you're going to see that same garbage grade every single time, and you're going to compare yourself to other people. You know, you have to start that business, otherwise you're going to see your parents keep on working in their 9-to-5 jobs, hating their lives. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm not going to tell you to work for 4 hours a day every single day on that goal, because this is exactly what everyone else is doing, and you do not want the same results as everyone else, because every single person has the same goal as you, but they're not achieving it, they're not getting closer to it. So how do you think doing the same things as them is going to get you towards a goal? It's not. Instead, what I'm going to tell you to do is every single 3 hours in a day, you're going to do something towards this goal. Remember before when I said the 3 tasks that you need to do in a day, where every single 3 hours you're going to do one of these tasks. So maybe this is scripting a video, this is recording a video, then it's editing a video. Maybe it's going over flashcards, doing a past paper, and then seeing how you did, reviewing your progress. And I know when I said this, you know, you have to do this task every single 3 hours, your brain said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play video games, I'm going to scroll. And all you have to do is just face your resistance. Realize this is your older self who craves comfort, that got you nowhere in your life. Every single day when I was doing copywriting and, you know, on this journey to improve my life, right? I would always chase the thing that I hated. I would say to myself every single day, what do I not like doing? And then I'll just do it, because that is where the most growth happens. And this is something I've carried with me throughout my entire life. But the amount of pain a task gives you and the fulfillment you have after that is usually a sign of your progress. If you feel like a task is super painful and you do it, you've made progress. If you feel like a task is super easy and, you know, you're just doing it every single day, you're just staying consistent, then probably not making that much progress. And if you want to change this, you need to just up the intensity so you reach this goal faster. And the people who are watching this video, I need you to know that you need to do this every single day. You need to at least do all these tasks, these 3 daily tasks that I've mentioned in the previous part of the video. You need to do them every single day, because people don't realize this, but when you miss 1 day, it's totally fine, you know, it doesn't matter. But when you miss 2 days, that's when it starts to become a habit, and you get stuck in a rut, and you can't get back on track, and you lose months, years of progress. And I do not want you to experience that, because I experienced it for like a while. But you need to just try and show up every single day. If there's something out of your control that shows up, like, I don't know, a family gathering or something, just forget about it and just focus on the next day. Keep moving forward. And what I've done to help you is I've actually made this tracking sheet, this habit tracker that you can find in the description or the pinned comment, wherever I put it, it's going to be somewhere. But one of the best things you can do is gamify this process. Gamify the process to get towards that goal, because it makes it so much easier, and it really helped me. So you can grab that and it will really help you. And of course I know this stage sucks. It's the worst stage, you know, because it's inevitable that you're going to feel like giving up. It's inevitable, it's going to be painful, but I'm trying to prepare you for this, because one of the worst things I did is going into like a business, going into studying like for 4-6 hours every single day trying to get better grades. It's painful. I didn't know it would be painful, you know, and I felt like giving up so many times, but I didn't, because I realized it would, you know, work out in the end. When you're doing this every single day for the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you're going to feel like going back to your older self. You're going to feel like going back to your comfort zone, because that is what is normal to you. It's familiar. But I'm telling you right now, if you do that, you will never achieve your goals, and someone else will steal it from you. But there's no other way. All you have to do is force your brain to walk over to the desk and work. All you need to do is force your brain to go to the gym. That's all you need to do. And if you can do that for the first 30 days, every single day after that becomes super easy. So this is the second part of the video done. If you've made it this far, then you've got the goal cleared. You know exactly what you're meant to be doing. You know the tasks that will get you towards the goal, and you're prepared to slay the dragon and get towards this chest that is at the end of the goal. But in the process of you doing all of this, there's always going to be at least one problem. And if you do not solve it and do what I'm about to say in the next part of the video, you will probably not even reach your goal. You'll probably give up after the first 2 days. I want you to imagine you're fighting in this big war, you know, you're traveling over the countries, you're sailing the seas with your crew, your few men, right? And you're fighting armies with thousands of men. What do you think is a better thing to do? Would you rather just go charging in with your horses and just completely get annihilated by these thousands of men? Or would you rather take a day where you just strategize? You think about the different things you can do, the different strategies, the different formations you can put your men into so you can win this battle. Because that is when you actually have a chance of winning. You're not going to win against these thousands of men when you just go charging in. You're just going to get absolutely obliterated. But if you take more time to strategize than everyone else, you will win. And this is exactly what this part of the video is about. I want you to imagine you're walking towards your goal, but there's this little checkpoint that you have to go through first. This checkpoint represents this campfire that you're going to rest at. But the sole purpose of this stage, this phase in your journey, is to strategize. Is to think, how can I improve? How can I get towards my goal faster? What am I doing wrong that I need to be improving? Because I will be honest, whatever goal you've set, hopefully it's not like a super easy goal, but it's going to be tough. You're going to want to give up on the first day. You're going to want to, not do the work every single day. You're going to have days where you feel super sick and, using that as an excuse to not do the work. Like, bro, I'm recording a video right now and I've got a terrible sore throat and I don't care. And eventually it will seem unbearable. This happened in my journey when I was starting my first business. It seemed unbearable, right? I was seeing no results. And if you know anything about the graph that shows your emotional cycle of change, then you know that this is like the bottom level. This is the bottom of the barrel feeling you can have, right? And it is, when you're so miserable, when you're so demotivated in your journey, that discipline doesn't even allow you to work. And around like 70% of people just give up in this stage. So whenever you feel like giving up, you feel like you cannot go any further, don't try to push yourself. And I'm not saying this as a pussy mindset, right? But the thing is, you cannot keep this discipline up for ages. You can't lock yourself in a room for 12 hours a day for 6 months or a year or 5 years, can you? So whenever you feel like you're super lost or you lack that clarity that you had when you started your journey, see this as an opportunity to just rest. Sit by the campfire with your journal and just write the questions down. Ask yourself, what can you do better? How much progress have I made in the last 2 months or the last 30 days, right? And I want to say it's okay to recharge and take this few days to just think, journal. But you gotta make sure you get back up to that level where you're super focused, you're super disciplined. So there's a couple of things I do in a day to actually recharge and, have this campfire, this checkpoint in my journey and towards my goals, right? So the things I do is I journal. I spend time with my family, I spend time with my friends. And when I feel like I've got this perfect strategy where I can progress towards my goals now much faster, then I will get back to work. Like, if this takes like a few hours, if it takes like 30 minutes, then that's fine. But sometimes it can take days for me to just think of a strategy that I can, get towards my goals faster. And what I've noticed when I've talked to other entrepreneurs, every single time they overwork themselves, they work for 10, 12 hours a day for 5 weeks in a row, they start to feel super sick. And this is exactly what's happening to me right now. For the past 3 weeks, I've just been locked in my room working, going to the gym obviously, and me being sick, this is basically my body saying, right, if I push too far, I'm going to burn out and I'm not going to be able to get back to work. So I take this as an opportunity to still do work, right, still do the 3 big tasks that I mentioned that you have to do at the start. But after that, I like to just journal. I like to think and strategize, so I'm better prepared when I go back to work and I'm actually fully efficient. And if you think this is kind of like a pussy mindset, then you got to realize that one of the best, one of the most powerful Roman emperors to ever live, Marcus Aurelius, would literally journal as soon as he woke up. He wouldn't go and conquer the world, but he would journal as soon as he woke up because he knew the importance of it. He knew the importance of introspection and strategizing his next moves. So now I want to quick fire some questions at you that you can ask when you're journaling or thinking, so you can get towards your goals 10 times faster. The first question is, are we truly progressing towards our goal? Be honest with yourself. Are you actually making the progress you want? And don't say, I tried every single day, but I'm not making progress. Realize if you're not making progress, it's your fault. The second question is if we aren't, what is the constraint? There is usually only one constraint at a time. This is what I found with my business, this is what I found in my life. There's always at least one constraint, and when you solve this constraint, there's always another one, but there's never like multiple constraints, right? And the third and final question I want to ask you is, we might not be where we want to be, but are we where we need to be? This is a question I've been asking myself a lot recently, and the reason why this is so powerful is because a lot of people have these huge ambitions, right? They want to hit 10k per month, they want to get A-star grades in every single test, but the thing is, progress doesn't show itself after ages, and this is what great entrepreneurs, the high achievers, always think in decades. They don't think in months, weeks, days, they think in decades, because that is what it takes to go through the emotional cycle of change and change your life. So that is the most important question I want to ask yourself. We might not be where we want to be, but are we where we need to be? So that is the third part of the video. This is purely for strategizing, planning, gaining that clarity you had when you started your goal, because you're all going to get lost. Everyone gets lost. When I started my first business model, at the start I knew the problems I was trying to solve, you know, I knew what the problems I was facing, but after a while I started to overthink, I started to, you know, not solve those problems, and I focus on the wrong things. Please take this opportunity. If you know you find yourself losing clarity in your goal and you don't know what to do, take this opportunity to just go away from social media, every single bit of technology, and try to ask these 3 questions, and I guarantee you'll come up with a solution and you'll become much more stronger than you currently are. And this final section is the bit you've always been waiting for, and I'm very excited to go over this section, and you should be too, because this will really change your life. Boys, by this point you've reached your goal. You've unlocked the chest, you've slain the dragon, you've gone through the checkpoints, and you've defeated the final boss, and it's finally time to open a chest, reach your goal. You see, in 2 months time, when you're progressing, maybe you don't reach your goal in 2 months, which is totally fine. It probably will take longer, like 6 months, 12 months. But I want you to come back to this video and comment below and remind yourself that you've actually reached your goal. And when the people come in the future watch this video, they can see that this stuff works, and it will motivate them to take action as well. So please do that right now. And at this point, if you've reached your goal, whenever you do reach your goal, come back to this video and you can look back with gratitude. You can, get a pat on the back, like literally from me through the camera. And I will just say, if you haven't reached your goal by this point, and it's been 2 months, keep your head up, bro, because the thing is, every single person is on a different timeline. You're probably doing the same work as that other person, but he's probably seeing way more results than you. And if you did have that 1 month where you see lots of results, you wouldn't keep it, and you would feel terrible about yourself. You will feel worse than if you actually didn't achieve your goal. So I always see, like, if I haven't achieved my goal, maybe like 10k per month in my business, or I always say to myself that I'm not the character right now. I don't have the ability, I don't have the skill, I don't have the beliefs to actually do it. And this is what I'm working on. I'm becoming the person that can achieve the goal, not the person that achieves it and then just like fails again. And like I said at the start, don't put your goal on a time scale, put it on a progress scale. After 2 months, assess if you're actually making progress, because that is a visible sign. I know, just finished with the story, and I know I've mentioned my copywriting journey, the Harry law, right, every single video. I worked for like 6 months and I didn't see any results. I didn't get a client. I didn't even get like many replies when I was doing my outreach. And every single time I tried to chase a goal and I'm not seeing progress, I always start to overthink. I always start to be impatient. But I remember, as soon as I got the notification from my Stripe that I made my first sale, I was so happy, and I can't wait for you to experience the same thing, the same feeling of fulfillment. Not just it's chasing the superficial pleasures, but that fulfillment you get, because that will be enough to keep you going and getting more success in the future. And I will just say, like, a few hours after, like a day after you reach your goal, you will not care about it. You will, the happiness will go, and you're just thinking like, oh, what's next, and that is normal, because humans do not desire the end results. They desire the fulfillment, they desire the progress, the actual journey, right? And that's when you make a new goal and you repeat this entire process that I've laid out in this video, and I guarantee if you do everything, you will reach your goals. And if you do not reach your goals in the next like 90 days or 12 months, right, however long it takes, you can come back to this video and you can dislike it, because I'm so adamant that it's going to work for you, and I want it to work for you if you just take action and if you do everything in this video. So this is basically the entire winter challenge, and this was actually a video a lot of people requested in my free community. And if you want to get a free coaching call with me, where I can literally make an entire game plan for you to become way more productive so you can reach your goals, whether it's making more money in a business, starting a business, getting high grades on your tests, whatever goal you have, right, you can have a free coaching call with me where I'll just give you a ton of advice. And also, if you want to get access to a ton of free resources, you can join my free community below. Okay, work hard this winter, bro, and it will pay off. Goodbye, have a great day. You'll get that one in the face again. Goodbye. Bye-bye.